Welcome to Sunset Rewind, featuring the different teams in the Sunset League. Today's podcast will be with boys volleyball for the 2026 season, and we're real honored to have two of Newport Harbor High School's integral players, setter Tyler Pence and outside hitter Henry Clemo. This should be a great interview. These guys are great. My name is Charlie Brand. With me is my assistant, Taryn Rodriguez, alias the Answer Man.
Hello, or as Mo Padios and Kevin Dole like to call me, or as well as myself, the Don.
Why the Don?
I just thought it was an epic nickname, and it's like, let's roll with it. I told Mo Padios I was the Don.
Okay.
I like that.
Of predicting high school football.
Oh, that's good. Are you a bettor too, a gambler?
No.
Oh, good. You'll lose a lot of money that way. Let's let me hear you guys introduce yourself. Henry, you first. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Henry Clemo. I'm a senior outside hitter for Newport Harbor. Next year, debating between going to the University of North Carolina or to USC.
Great schools.
Mm-hmm. So one's really close and then one's not very close at all. So that's kind of the bigger challenge in figuring everything out. And for some hobbies, I really like golfing. I like to play poker as well. I'm a bit more of a gambling man than the Don. And I love going to the beach. I used to play basketball as well. Yeah, I'm excited to be here today. Feel honored.
Famous athletes in your family?
My grandfather, Bob Clemo, actually, I believe played with you, corrected this, was it the Senior Olympics?
Whoa, no, I played against him in college. He was at SC with Bob Klein on the SC freshman basketball team. And I was on the freshman basketball team at UC Irvine.
He played, I know he played basketball and volleyball.
And volleyball, yeah.
At USC. And then my dad always, his claim to fame is that he was the All Rio Hondo League in both volleyball and basketball.
Nice. Nice. That is
at La Cañada.
La Cañada. I love it. And Tyler Pence, tell us about you.
All right, so I'm Tyler. I'm a senior setter for Harbor. I plan on going to UCLA next year just for academics, and I'm very excited to be on this podcast with all you guys. Some hobbies is I love beach volleyball. So I started out playing beach like when I was 11 years old, and that's kind of what got me into playing court volleyball and indoor, and I just love it so much. I love being in the sun, so that's why I like beach. I love surfing and really just staying active. Some athletes in my family, my sister, Devin Pence, was a good setter, volleyball player, and then my brother played baseball at Harbor also.
Yeah. I used to see you at the Outrigger Canoe Club when you're just a little guy walking around with a volleyball in your arm. It's 7 a.m. and we're getting breakfast, and he's setting the ball to himself. I could
good food at the Outrigger also.
Great food. Breakfast.
Can't beat it.
All of it. Yeah.
The teriyaki chicken bowl is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really good. There's something else between you two that's pretty important. Student body president.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tyler Pence, student body vice president.
I forgot that is kind of important.
It's a big thing for us.
Well, yeah, we're pretty involved in the school as well. I also do the morning announcements every single day.
Good.
Good morning, Newport Harbor. This is Henry Clemo.
Yeah, I love it.
Start the day off. Yeah.
And it's interesting because Tyler's your setter and you're the hitter. There's kind of a partnership in the things you do at Newport Harbor.
100%.
Yeah.
And we're even beach partners on during the fall season for beach. So I think we have a lot of chemistry going in this year. Of course, we have to work with each other every day in the fall, and then also during ASB every other day. So a lot of talk going between us, and then maybe some brotherly love. Sometimes we yell at each other, but
some people call it banter rather than talk, but
yeah,
that's okay.
Definitely a little bit.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together these past 3 years.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this season. You've had 2 tournaments so far. You won the Tesoro tournament, played in the Best of the West, played very well, lost the quarterfinals, but still you saw a lot of good teams. You've played some of the best so far this year. You played Corona del Mar already, you played Huntington, you played Loyola, and then you've been to those tournaments. Tell us what you think about the strength of those tournaments and the strength of your schedule.
Want to start us off, Tyler?
I'd love to. Okay, so of course we played a lot of games, as you said. We've even played in the Redondo tournament as well, so that was really another big one. And I think the main thing for us is playing these great teams like really early on in our year. Not only set us up to be successful in our must-win matches like LaSalle, Fountain Valley, Marina, the games we must win in league. But it also allows us to be super competitive against maybe the teams that are a little bit more competitive, like Huntington and CDM in some ways.
You play LaSalle this Wednesday, 25th of
Very excited.
March.
Great team.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good team.
Really good setter. They push the ball, push tempo really fast, so it puts
That's
a
a
lot
low,
of
fast set to the outside.
it puts a lot of
Pushing
stress
tempo.
on the pin blockers. So
Yeah.
Great
it's gonna be a
ball
fun
control,
game.
too.
Their right side's legit, and their
Yeah.
libero's also good.
Is there a right side going to Harvard?
He had a official visit to Harvard, according to his dad, Tony.
And Tony's an excellent coach.
Yeah,
too.
Tony.
Oh,
Yeah, Tony's the
amazing
head
coaches.
coach.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
his
definitely
dad
got-
is the right side's dad is the coach.
Yeah, yeah.
did not
Ben
know that.
Panzica is the son of Tony Panzica, who's the
Oh.
head coach. Yeah.
Huh.
So you definitely got to give a shout out to LaSalle. They played great, so I'm really excited for this match on Wednesday. And then, but as you say, the strength of the schedule really matters early on for us because it gave us a look of where we are and then where we need to be in the future, especially with CIF coming up.
That's perfect. That's why good coaches schedule tough, so you can see where you need to be, and then you have to get there. So, how about
Without a
you,
doubt.
Henry?
I think that it's great because I was crazy. By the time we finished the Best of the West tournament, we had already played, I think it was 21 or 22 matches, whereas Huntington had only played 11 or something, and we had been going, and it was crazy. It was a pretty big strain on all of our bodies. I've been having knee problems. I have Oschenschlatters, which is funny because it just emerged right at the end of my volleyball career. It's usually something people get in middle school.
Well, it's usually when you grow a lot. You get it.
So I guess I'm still growing.
There you go. That's a good sign.
But what was so amazing about it was we got to really work out all of our kinks and stuff. And we could figure out what it was that we needed to focus on. And because the end goal, I think, for just really all high school sports is just to constantly build, especially in volleyball where you play so many matches. You play every team twice in your league.
And quite often, play them again in the playoffs. So,
I think we played Huntington 4 times last year. We played Redondo, who's not even in our league, 3 times last year.
Yes.
And we're just able to constantly build. And now the season's starting to slow down. We don't have any Saturday matches for a while. We have no more tournaments that we're playing in, so we can really just focus on league, on finishing strong, and then getting ready for CIF.
Yep, that's the way it works. What's your favorite match you've played in high school?
That's hard. There's a few that
You
stick
can
out
name
to me.
A few, yeah. Go ahead.
So I always loved playing Miracosta. I was pretty bummed they weren't on the schedule this year for a full. We got to play them in a tournament, but it's not the same. 3-set versus a real
2 out of
5-set
3
match.
instead of 3 out of 5.
100%. And it was we played them our sophomore year in the Santa Barbara tournament. That was really fun.
That's a great tournament.
Yeah, I
Karch
remember.
Karai tournament. Yeah.
I remember those years.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was cool. I got to play with some really cool guys. Riggs, Guy, Walker Vasic, Grayson Springborn. Bunch of just good guys and just even better people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Miracosta again last year was really fun. They were a great team. We played them at home. We took a set off of them. It was actually interesting because it was one of our first matches of the season, and it was 2 weeks after we found out that Mabry was going to go play, was going to go coach at the next level. So we were all kind of
Andrew Mabry, who's at Kansas State now. Yeah.
yes. We found out right before the season because he couldn't tell us, obviously, because there's all sorts of restrictions and everything. And we found out that our assistant coach Matthew Johnson was going to be leading us, and it was it honestly was kind of it was hard hearing that our coach Coach Mabry was amazing. It was hard hearing that he was going, and then I remember we went and we all got together. Dr. Bolton, our principal, actually came in and kind of talked to us and was who cares? I know everyone's talking about them and how good they're going to be, but who cares? You're the better team. And we went out and we didn't end up winning. We fell short, but there's something to be said about being able to pivot so aggressively.
Right. About life. Life lessons. How about you, Tyler?
So I haven't as you know, I haven't been a yearly starter like Clemo has for the past 3 years. So But one game that stood out to me last year was the Redondo game in CIF. It was on a Saturday, and I think like the environment and then also like the outcome of the game was like what made it super great for me. It was like a really sunny Saturday, really nice day out, and I ended up being a serving sub, and I played pretty well, and then we ended up winning, and it just like really led to
4 aces or something. That's pretty well.
And the set clinching ace in set 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so it really
There's
just
a
like
dirty ace too.
Thank you, Taryn. It really just like was like a rolling effect where it was like just like I had such a great day because of that game, and I just overall like it's kind of like what led me to being confident on the service line again, because I know I missed the first. I think I went 0 for 3 on my first 3 serves that game, and it got really mental for me. But then I was able to overcome it.
That's another life lesson. Yeah. How about in your career? Club and high school.
Okay. Mine sticks out to me. It was my 16s year, and it was the quarterfinals in. It was one of the SoCal Cups. I think it was the last one, the MLK Showdown, or maybe Invitational. I'm not sure exactly what the full name of it is. They all kind of blend together.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Tell me about it.
Yeah. 16s year, we played 9 for 9. It was a great team, and I played really well. I had 9 or 10 kills in the third set.
Wow.
Alone.
Wow.
It was one of the best performances I had. We ended up winning the tournament. I got MVP, which was awesome. It was just a cool experience.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one that just like really sticks out to me. Sometimes when I'm like in a
Polk
slump.
Rich Polk coaching you?
Yes. Uh-huh.
He's tough, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But I love Coach Rich.
Yeah.
I think it's great because the one thing with him is he never stops giving like feedback.
Yep.
Like you're always like, and I'm very much someone that I don't know, I have like an interesting like mentality with games. Like I actually haven't, but as much recently, but I used to always meditate before games and like try and get like mentally clear. And so he would go and he would just like if you mess up or something, like it'd be like every single thing, it'd be like why you hit the ball out. Like it would be you constantly were thinking about it. And when I was playing opposite, and all I had to focus on was blocking and hitting and then serving as well. It was just such it was like you go into a flow state, and there's something about like to be said about that, like in an athletic career. I mean, everyone's played sports to experience it when you're just not even, you're like thinking, but at the same time you're just like going, and it just like you can see the block, the ball, like it just all feels natural and calm.
Visualization is a really important tool for preparing for matches. How about you, Tyler?
For me, I think it would be my 17U just national year. My favorite.
Won.
Game. Yeah, we ended up winning, which is great. So I was on 17 white, and then Henry was on 17 blue, and we both ended up winning, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Good showing for Balboa.
Yep. Good showing for Newport Harbor.
Yes, definitely. Have a lot of guys in Balboa, and
Yeah.
I feel like that leads us a lot to our success in Newport also, as we've been playing with each other for so long.
It's interesting this year because you lost 2 significant guys that could have been would have been starters. Obviously, J.P. Wardy is playing at Loyola. His family moved, and there were some family things, but he was definitely going to be a starter, which would have left you on the right. And then also VDK, who was a setter, but you traded off with him last year. And I've seen you play a lot, so I know you can hit outside. And that might have been a spot too, but now VDA has decided not to play volleyball anymore. Onto the golf game.
Yes.
So that made you have to step up in the setting role. It made you had to change positions, and also kind of forced Pat Eaton then to find someone to replace you on the right. A lot of changes went through here. And while Zach DeMaio's been sick last couple games, that is pretty dynamic. He's a big blocker, and he's really learned to hit well over there. So it gives, and you've really improved in your overall game as it's gone. So it's looking like, despite those 2 losses, you guys have run on with it and made it a good thing.
Totally. Is
that fair to evaluate that way?
100%. The one thing I have to say about Pat, what makes him such a good coach, is he doesn't let. Like just because things aren't going your way, like if there's things you can't control, like guys leaving that you weren't going to play anymore, like it's never like, there's no time ever like sit there and pout and be like, oh, this is so hard. It's always just, you're going and okay, that didn't work out. Guess what? We keep going and move forward. Yep. And we just like I said earlier, just pivoting constantly. It's like also such a good life lesson because things like life's hard. It doesn't work out. That's the thing I love about volleyball. Really taught me is just because things aren't going your way in that moment doesn't mean that you should give up, which I think we've done such a good job of. And I think we're actually better. I think it's more fun to go and like have challenges and like overcome them than it is just to have like an easy downhill ride.
Would you guys say that's the best, most improvement of this team this year? Is your ability to adjust and create situations that are better?
You'd have to say that. I mean, even like shouting out Jimmy Ransom for stepping up, and he's like, in practice, like he's a great server, one of the best float servers in Orange County, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It moves so much. I feel so bad for the passers back there. But also like his ability just like to run the other side of the court and really just like challenge us six during practice every single day. And he's gotten so good, and his hands are really butter. And like you have to just really shout out Jimmy for stepping up in that role.
Such an integral part of your development is having that guy on the B side that's putting you in a tough spot.
Yeah.
And the float serve is kind of, everyone sees the spin, and it's got to be really, really fast to be effective now. Now then you throw in the float with the ball moving back and forth.
Especially with these new balls.
Yeah, the new ball is crazy. We probably shouldn't say anything about that on air.
Taryn, did you know Jimmy actually has a nickname as well?
What is it? Is it Cash Money?
No.
What
It's
is it?
Neo.
Neo.
Guess why?
Because that's his favorite singer.
No.
Ooh, that's a good
He's
guess.
he loves Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
That's his favorite food.
Okay.
He crushes like at least, what is it? Like,
Well, I think it's
is
like-
it one a day?
I think it was like more of like 1 or 2 a day.
Yeah, he eats like an absurd amount of Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches. So
What?
so we started calling him Neo Ransom. It kind of reminds me of your nickname, the Don.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of funny things like that, what are some funny stories you guys have about your team and meals and travel and matches and all that stuff? Give us some funny ones.
Do you want to start or want me to?
I think you can start on this one.
Okay, so it is one of the bummers about our schedule is that we only have one travel tournament. We only got to go to San Diego, and there's not anymore. Because there's something that's so fun about like staying in a hotel with the whole team, and it's like a full bonding experience. But when we were in San Diego, we were only there for one night. But it was amazing because so there's Mott's Aarons, who's our starting middle, and one of his best friends is also on the team, Michael Caramongo, who hasn't played as well. I would say he's one of the most consistent servers I've ever seen. You never know what's coming in practice, like he'll either float or jump, but he always puts it in the court, which is something that's valuable to have. But anyway, he's a big spear fisher. So the 2 nights before, he went spear fishing off the river jetties at midnight because I don't really know how it works, but I think the halibut were running, and he caught a halibut at like midnight. Or it was like 1 a.m, like in the pitch dark. So he went and he brought the halibut home. His mom cut it up and made ceviche, like full ceviche. And then we went back to the hotel after our Friday games, and we had like, I think it was like it was a massive halibut, the full thing of ceviche. It was like maybe like 8 pounds of ceviche. Like I ate a full pound of ceviche on my own, and that was just something I've never had that type of experience on I traveled a lot for volleyball.
Yeah.
But there was something about like it was just funny too because this guy, I'm like sitting right across from him, and we're just eating ceviche and like watching TV before the night, and he was like out in the ocean.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. Like I could never do that. Just swimming in the dark. I thought that was hilarious.
That's cool. I always, when I coached, and it's not about me, but when I played basketball at Irvine, we'd go to Portland, say, and play a match, and we'd fly in, go to the hotel, go to the gym, play the game, come back to the hotel, go to the airport, fly out. My friends, when I got back, said, "Hey, how was Portland? What'd you see at Portland?" And I'd go, "Well, I saw the airport, the hotel, the gym, and then the hotel, and then the airport," and came back. So I vowed when I became a head college coach that every trip we took, I would go on the Magical Mystery Tour. Like I took our women's team at UCI, we were playing at Boise State. We snuck down onto the blue football field and then got chased out by the security guard. Those girls don't remember whether we beat Boise State or not, but they remember the blue football field. And those are the things that make
That's so awesome.
traveling so important.
Because in the end, that's
we
what
went
you
to
remember.
Hawaii. I took them to China Walls, and we all jumped off China Walls. They wouldn't jump. I jumped first, and they followed me. They all talk about that still.
I think that says something definitely like with team bonding. It's like making sure that like before every match, your team is like your family and your team's your brothers, and you guys all love each other and like are ready to go through. Like, cause like every game's gonna be a battle,
Yeah.
and it's how can we have the chemistry that we need to win every match. And I think a huge part of not just like being so physical, but also like on the mental side of like we really like bond well as a team for Harbor.
Totally.
And I think it starts with just like Michael catching a halibut and bringing it to San Diego randomly and not telling any of us until it's in his room. Or
Fully.
Sometime when we have time, I'd love to tell you about the Newport Harbor 1980 team that won, and the talk before the fifth game by Alan Gaddis, which was a great athlete at Newport, but it's kind of along the same lines. Guys you'd grown up with, they were all seniors, and never to be forgotten by any of us at all. How about you? Funny stories, Tyler.
I mean, there's so many, and I think one that sticks out to me was last year's media day. I put it when I was filling out the senior application for the senior night. I put it as like the funniest moment of my high school career. It was just media day junior year, and there's not like it's a hard story to tell, but at the end, like just like in a nutshell, it was basically we were like all doing these photos, and none of our coaches were there, so it was just a kid photographer, and
Great.
of course. We definitely have some characters on our volleyball teams, like
Yes.
the pictures that people were taking that like, just like funny poses were, it was hilarious. And then it was like your friends were trying to make you laugh behind the camera while you had to be straight faced. And I think like, even like we're talking about like team chemistry, I think that was, it was early on in the year. It really helped us, like our team pivot from being just like a team to being like a family.
Yeah.
And I think it was really
I
funny.
think when you can laugh at yourself or laugh at your teammates with them, it really builds a camaraderie that's special.
100%.
What are some things? Tell me about Pat. I know Pat really. I've known him since he was your age, and he's a great coach. But he's a little bit of a unique person.
100%.
Got some Pat stories for us?
Yeah.
Pat Eaton is the coach now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because it's so full circle. So I love Pat. Like he's probably my favorite coach I've ever played for because it feels like such like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much like, there's no like, you don't just show up to practice and get through practice. You show up to practice and you give like 100%. And if you don't give 100%, then we're going to be running. Yeah. Which is like a lot of people that doesn't work. But we have such a good like group of guys. Everyone's like so committed because we have all these seniors that have been playing volleyball forever. And like the majority, I don't think we have Julius who's playing at Vanguard, but other than that, none of us are playing at the next level. So this is kind of it for us. Like there is a lot of people are returning to Balboa in the spring, but there's something like to be said about high school and playing for community, and where everyone's kind of just all in, and it's so cool because it's different. I actually enjoyed a lot more than playing for him in club.
Yeah.
In 14s.
Yeah.
Because that was a little bit harder. I will say he's taught me some very valuable life lessons.
Right.
Like one of them being able to take constructive criticism and not like taking things personally.
Right.
Which is really important because like when you're working and if you're like in like a high intensity job, people are just going to give it like information to you straight.
Yep.
And you can sit there and like start to like overthink it and get all emotional about it, or you can just take what they said and be like, okay, yes.
Yep.
Like, yes, sir. Yes, coach.
You can be a tough coach, and it works if those players know that he cares a lot for all of you. And I think all of you know that.
100%.
How he is. How about you, Tyler? Give us something.
Well, I don't really have any club stories because he wasn't my coach for club my 14th year.
Yeah.
But
at practice, I'm sure you run some of the same drills every day, and you go,
of
not
course,
this again.
But I think one thing that stands out to me is when the games get tough, it's easy for coaches to be a coach and not like be a part of the team. And I think one thing Pat does really well is he stands in the line of fire with us and he walks us through the battle. And of course, he's very motivational. I think all of his speeches really get us fired up. Even like if we lose a set, like the next set we're backfiring because Pat shows he wants it as much like as we do, and that's very important to us. Is just knowing that we have a coach who cares about us so much, and then also is like willing to like stay after practice and work with you if you want, even though we know he lives farther away and like he has a long drive and he has so much stuff to do outside, but he's willing to stay with us an extra hour to work on this specific theme because you asked him. And I think it's very hard to find a coach like Pat who's like willing to do what he does every single day.
We've talked a little bit about the past battles of the Bay, and those are obviously very, very special times in all of Newport Harbor or Corona Del Mar volleyball players' lives. Tell us about some of your past battles that were really fun to be a part of. You don't want to talk about wins and losses, right, Tyler?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Tyler's 0 for.
I'm 0 for 7 in Battle of the Bay, but we have one coming up March 31st. And
7. Was that like including freshman year?
Yeah. I've never beat
the
CDM.
underclassmen.
Wow.
I know, but in March 31st, I'm coming. So
Look out.
yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's always really a fun event, and it everybody's involved with it, and the gym's has energy, and
That's the thing I think is the best about it.
Yeah.
Is just you have like because any other game, like there'll be a student section, and that's one of the things I love about Newport Harbor.
Yeah,
Is
they're
like
good
we
there.
have all our friends will come to games, and they'll get in the other team's head, yell at them while they're serving. It's like for every single sport too, like basketball. I mean, you don't see that for volleyball in other places in the country,
No.
but this like community is just so special, and especially for Battle of the Bay, everybody goes to all the games, and the thing that's different though is like you see the whole community.
Yeah.
Like there would be like my neighbors will come to Battle of the Bay games, and like it's any sport too.
Alumni come to the Battle of the Bay. A lot of them are in, which is fun. Now I'm sure there's no interchange before the match with players from Corona Del Mar. I'm sure there isn't any. Is that right, or am I wrong with that?
Nothing at all, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We would never do that.
As we say, you've got a match March 31st against the Battle of the Bay. Might be the last time you guys play Battle of the Bay. Now, you may meet them in the playoffs, but that could be the last time. Makes it even more special.
It's crazy. It really flies by.
Yeah,
It's wild.
it's fun. It's kind of like being a parent. Seriously, they come and you go, oh, and then you experience all the stuff, and next thing you know, oh, now they're in college. They're gone. Flies right by.
Totally.
I guess the moral of that is enjoy every step along the way
100%.
as it goes. Taryn, what do you have to say about those things?
A question about the Sunset League. Do you think this is the deepest the Sunset League has been this season? Because it seems like every team has had success. Marina Fountain Valley won tournaments. You all won a tournament with Tesoro. CDM has won a tournament. And Huntington has been in the top 4. They finished in the top 3 in terms of Best of the West. But do you think that this is the deepest the Sunset League has been in your years as players?
I would have to agree. Of course, I'm a senior, so I've been here 4 years, and I've never seen so much like competitiveness from every single team in the Sunset League. Every game is a grind. Every game we know we have to come out and show our best 100%. And Pat reminds us that every single day. It's like, hey, like if you don't come out strong and you don't come out like ready to play, like you're gonna lose. So, like talking about the depth of the Sunset League, I think that's a testament to just how strong every team is and how strong every team can be when they're at their best. So we really need to like focus.
Being the old guy in the room here, having been involved with the Sunset League for 50 years, year after year, it's like this. Mm-hmm. And this is the deepest as far as all 7 teams.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it really are really strong. Anything else there, Answer Man?
Also, do you think this season in terms of CIF in Division 1 could be wide open, because it doesn't feel like there's like a clear cut, and you guys are like right there when it comes to like beating some of these teams like Huntington, and you made Loyola sweat a little bit and CDM sweat, and Costa, you were in the thick of it in that second set. So do you think this season is like wide open in terms of Division 1 and CIF?
Well, I definitely wouldn't say it's wide open because there are a lot of great teams, but I definitely think what's so awesome is there doesn't seem to be like one clear dominant like team. Like everybody can beat everybody, and I think it's gonna come down to just really who wants it more. It's gonna be like because everybody has the skill. I think it's more just like the willpower and like the grit. Because you're not going to see a CIF finals this year where it's like a 25-20 match or a 25-15. It's going to be It's going to go 5 sets most likely. It's going to be 16-14, 15-13, or even higher. And it's going to come down to those teams that get those extra balls. They get, like, it's the small things that make the more serves that are able to limit their errors, that, like, dig that extra attack.
And you guys are actually in a really good position because you haven't won those. Mm-hmm. And yet you know what you have to do. Mm-hmm. So now it's up to you to develop those and pass those other teams up, knowing what you got to do.
100%.
And that's a great position that you're in, I think.
And we're so lucky being in the Sunset League because
Every
for a lot of
match.
other teams, it's like they go that like don't have as strong of a league and they play their preseason matches and they get into league and they're kind of done. Mm-hmm. Whereas for us, we still get to play CDM and Huntington again, who are both in that top 5.
Yep.
And we get another crack at them. And it's just so rare. It's crazy because there really is, like Tyler was saying, there's just no, even for the rest of our season, there's just no free matches.
Yep. That's
you
good.
You gotta
That's
go
where you
all.
want
It's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. Who's the energy guy in your team? Who's the positive? Who makes it happen at practice? Makes it happen with your relationship with each other? Makes it happen generally. When it really gets tough, who brings you guys together?
I mean, I can answer this.
Yes.
He's right here. It's Henry. Of course, like you guys have known Henry for super long, and I think one of the best things about having Henry is the way he presents himself on the court and the way he brings the team together. Looking at our match against, was it Marina? You weren't playing?
Yeah.
So when we played Marina, we were sad to not have Henry playing that game. And
Yeah, to give a little context, I missed practice the day before, or I think it was 2 days before actually, because I was visiting UT Austin.
University of Texas in Austin. Yeah.
For a college visit. And so I came back and I didn't get to play in the Marina match.
I was at that match.
yeah, and if you look at like how our team just like functioned on the court, it was very different. It felt like I had a lot more toll on me to like try to get the team together. And of course, like Alex Wick is another really good hype man for us who really just does a good job at playing his role, but then also being a team player. And it put a lot of stress on our other players, and it really showed me how much Henry does for our team, not just like physically, but also like with team morale. So I think Henry's definitely the clear answer.
I do appreciate that. But I have to say I've played on a lot of volleyball teams, playing since I think I was like 11. And the thing with this...
Oh, I remember.
Good for you. Remember, I just showed up to practice 15 minutes earlier. I was late with my white socks.
Yep. You didn't always follow those rules.
Oh, no,
though,
never.
Initially.
Took a little bit. I got in. You were able to form me to the athlete I am today. But the thing with this team is something I always like see for myself is like I'm not the tallest player. I don't jump the highest, but I always try and find my way onto the court by like say energy. And there's been lots of different times and situations with teams. I think that's one of the biggest things that leads to success for a team. But what we have this year is feels like every single guy on the court is like there isn't like I don't feel like I'm like I do appreciate what Tyler said, but I don't feel like I'm like that one guy. Like there's everybody like brings like excitement. Even our coach, like even if like for example today we practice, we have like the Mondays, and Coach Pat is just like he's in it with us. Like he's not just sitting there chilling on the sideline. Like he's fully like let's go. Tyler, we have so much like there isn't just like it doesn't feel like there's one leader. Like we're the team captains. It feels like every single guy does his own to contribute to the whole.
That's great.
Which I think is amazing.
That's really, really important. This has been a great podcast. Do you have any? I know you've got some more, so go ahead.
So I actually do need to ask about one assistant coach that from last year, Eric Valley. He's kind of a Newport Harbor legend, not just in terms of playing, but coaching as well. What was it like having him as an assistant coach? Because he came in after the first couple weeks, and then he just brings that fire and energy.
Okay, so I'll go on this one.
Because you're a setter.
I'm a setter, and
Yeah.
of course, he's one of the best setters I think I've ever like known personally, and he's helped me so much as an assistant coach, but also as a setting coach, thinking about like, of course, like my fundamentals, but the most like important thing that Eric's ever taught me was like when to set, like the mental aspect of setting, and like, hey, like look at the blockers. Hey, like what do you think they're gonna do? And then like, hey, because you know what you think they're gonna do, like what are you gonna do? And I think that's been like a huge like challenge for me, and step up in my game is not just thinking about myself, but then thinking about the game and the other team. And I think he's done an amazing job teaching me that, and then also teaching Charlie and the other setters he's mentoring just how to think past just the usual like fundamentals, square up, and all like the stuff that you learn when you're in 14U volleyball.
He used to be really good at looking at his hitter's eyes. Like if you're looking at Henry's eyes and he's glaring at you, you go, I better give him the ball, right?
Definitely.
So, well, this has been awesome. Thank you guys for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure.
We're excited about watching the rest of the Newport Harbor boys season.
And lastly, Henry, I do need to ask you this. What kind of poker do you like?
Texas Hold'em.
Okay. I'm a Texas Hold'em guy too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm
Maybe you and the Don should get together.
I know, we could get together.
Let's do it.
I would love to.
Yes.
We'll set up the night.
All right. That sounds good. But if that's that'll do it for this podcast. Thank you to everyone for watching. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you to the man behind the glass, Max Pickup, for producing the show. We appreciate you stepping up. Thank you to Charlie Brand for leading the way. I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. And make sure to follow Sunset Rewind on social media on X, Instagram, and TikTok at sunset_rewind. Also go to sunsetrewind.com where we cover all things Sunset League sports, not just volleyball. We cover baseball and other spring sports as well. And also make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and with your help, we could definitely make it happen. We're slowly but surely getting there. But yeah, with all that said, take care, everybody.